Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are to learn addition of integer mathematically. Let's refer to 3 plus 3. So this is straightforward, is equal to 6. And if you are to think of the reason, you just see that the both 3 I have, they are both positive. So if I am to add them together, they give me straightforward a positive 6. And we normally ignore the positive sign, so 6. And you see that there is a minus sign attached to your 3 now. You have minus 3 plus minus 3. When you see the minus sign attached to a number, you should think of it in a form of debt. So the first minus 3 tells you you owe someone $3, and plus tells you again you are to borrow money from him, and you borrowed another $3 from him. So how much do you owe him together? So I believe you should say 3 plus 3. You owe him $6. But remember, we are to use the minus sign to indicate the debt. So minus 6. So what can we conclude from this case is that if you are to look at the two numbers, they are being added together. If they are of the same sign, we can just ignore the sign first. We perform 3 plus 3, that is equal to 6. And since both the sign is negative, so we attach the negative to our final solution. So you get minus 6. And let's look at the second example we have. And you should see that they are different sign. The first you have minus 5, while the second is plus 3. So if they are of the different sign, you are to ignore the sign first. So minus 5 now is 5, and 3 is now 3. You are to use the bigger number minus the smaller number. So 5 minus 3 gets you 2. And now we are to look at the bigger number. So 5 is the bigger number here. And then we are to look at the sign that is attached to 5. So minus sign attached to 5. So we are to attach a minus sign to our final solution. The last, you should see that a positive number added with a negative number, they are of the different sign. We are to ignore the sign. You have 4 and minus 2, ignoring the sign, you get 2. We are to use the bigger number minus the smaller number, that is 4 minus 2, that gives you 2 also. The last step, we are to look at the bigger number, that is 4, and look at the sign that is attached to the 4. So you see that it's a plus sign, so you attach a plus sign to your final answer. And we can simply put 2. If we never indicate the sign, we assume it's a plus sign. Let's look at the examples we have. 10 plus 11. They are both positive number, so we can directly add them together. 10 plus 11 gives you 21, and attach the sign that is on both the number. So plus 21 just gives you 21. And now, on the other hand, you have the two negative numbers. They are added together. So we can first ignore the sign and just add the two numbers. 20 plus 9, that gets you 29. And now we are to attach the sign that is on both the term, so minus 29. Moving on, we are to look at a negative number that is added with a positive number, and they're of the different sign. So we are to ignore the sign. You have minus 9, ignore the sign, you have 9, while 15, just 15. We are to use the bigger number minus the smaller number. So 15 minus 9 should get you 6. Then we are to look at the bigger number. So it's 15. And look above, we are to look at the sign that is attached to 15. It's a plus sign, so we attach plus sign to your final answer. So simply ignoring the sign gives you 6. The last question, you can see that there are different signs being added together. So we are to ignore the sign first. plus 7, just 7, minus 10, so 10. We use the bigger number 10 minus 7, that should give you 3. And let's look at the sign of the bigger number, that is 10. This minus sign is attached to 10, so we attach the minus sign to your final solution. So your final answer should be minus 3. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe.